you are one of the youngest doctors in SA.
There's a very real shortage of doctors.
Sure.
And if they don't do that, you can sue them. As of December 2024,
Sure.
3,000 of us became unemployed.
You came out and said there is no money to pay doctors.
Let me tell you, me personally, it was a reality check to say what kind of country do we live in.
Isilo soko
Back at it like Zakampamu. Silo Sako. No. What's up, everybody? What's up, bro?
I'm good. That's all.
Feed it.
Yeah, man. Jay. Yeah. I'm good, bro. Good. What about you?
I'm good, man.
How have you been since the last one we did, man? Because we spoke about a lot. Thought-provoking stuff there.
And some of it got cut, I watched it, I was like, you know what, I'm glad. We said a lot that day,
Hey, we said a mouthful that day.
We said a mouthful.
And fast forward, from what I saw is, I met you across the street. Some of the things that we were talking about, especially when it comes to unemployment of medical doctors. You said it just hit home. It's something that you now relate to. Remember when we were talking about it then, it was more like from a second person, third person kind of thing. You said something to me.
And then it happened to me. And I don't know if you saw how infuriated people were on Twitter.
Yeah, I saw it.
How can it happen that you have unemployed doctors?
But guys, like, Velevel, how does that work? Like, ever since when I grew up, I never thought that happens in this world, that a doctor gets
unemployed.
Like, I just thought maybe you just get that degree and the government
automatically you get in,
because there are hospitals everywhere, so the government has to make a plan.
Let me tell you, me personally, it was a reality check to say what kind of country do we live in.
Okay.
And I think this is something everyone needs to assess about our country. We rely heavily on the government. And if you know, in economics, they tell you a system where the people of the country rely on the government, communism or socialism.
Sure.
And they tell you that communism and socialism is bad.
Yeah, it's bound to fail. They always say it's bound to fail at some point.
But when you're on the ground and you ask people, are you happy with getting government grants? People want it, you understand?
Yeah.
Because no one will say no to money.
That's the thing, and that's what's happening now. We're getting more and more SRD payments. And it's for free, but then you have to ask yourself, where is that money coming from?
Exactly. And
for what though? Because right now, if maybe they don't have jobs, that money could be used to create jobs. There are many hospitals that need to be built. A lot of things that need to be built. I don't know. Maybe do they need utility doctors now? Why aren't there jobs for doctors?
So
because certain times you get into a hospital and then you find out they say this doctor is not here, this doctor is not there. What happens in those times?
So the World Health Organization it prescribes that in an ideal setting there would be one doctor for every 400 people.
Like what they do with teachers, one teacher for 35 learners, something like that. Sure. We
are very far from that number. I forgot the specific statistics because we're not very good at taking statistics. But there may be 1:1,000 and something.
Wow. Okay.
Damn, that's a lot.
There's a very real shortage of doctors.
Yeah.
As you can see, if you go to the hospital today, and the process of getting to hospital like government, we know it's not easy. You have to start at the clinic. Because if you go,
you don't just walk straight to the hospital.
You need a referral letter. So you wait a long line at the clinic, you get seen, you get written a letter, you wait a long line at the hospital. When you get to finally see the doctor, it's after 4 HIC.
That's the thing.
So
that's how it is.
Timing too.
Of course.
This is the time that I'm coming to work 2 hours,
and then you're out.
So it's not 2 hours. I need us to get the facts.
Sure.
So it's a job. It's a government job. All government workers more or less work in the same framework. You come in at 8.
And you knock off at a certain specific
time.
1
hour lunch at 1.
Sure.
1 to 6. But because of the nature of our work as doctors, everyone can get hurt at any time. It was necessary for doctors to get overtime, to get paid overtime. And by definition, overtime is 1.5 times the amount you normally get paid per hour.
Okay.
So it was a huge crutch. Look, when doctors have money.
So now it's not
that
one
money
time.
was coming from
It's not 1 times. It's 1.5.
For everyone.
Okay.
So if you work not even government.
Sure.
This isn't the basic conditions of employment. If you work a job, and then you work an hour overtime. Let's say per hour they pay you 100 rand. They must pay you 150 that hour.
Sure. Now I get it.
By law.
Sure.
And if they don't do that, you can sue them. 1 to 6. So, yes. So, doctors were being heavily crushed by that overtime. And you see, our quality of life was not good at all. You'd be working hard. Sometimes we'd work 36 hours, let me tell you.
Non-stop.
You work from 8, and then 4, your overtime starts. Yeah, like 8 in the morning, then you continue your normal hours until 4 the next day.
So look, can I ask something? What if like there's a major surgery? You know, your guys they give you're gonna work 8 hours, and then this guy, bro, you need to take the bullet out, or maybe it's a brain surgery or whatever, and then it takes 9 hours. Or 10 hours, or I don't know, 11 hours. You'd have to work through that and then just get that.
Of course. So, which is the beauty of doctors having overtime, because we'd get to do that. Problem. In Limpopo in 2021, they introduced what they call the shift system.
That's like 4 years ago.
Yes.
Sure.
The shift system was to say we are going to stop paying doctors overtime. They are going to work fixed shifts like nurses.
So
they're going to come from 7 to 7.
But now, the problem that I have with that is that right now, we're at a hospital. You're dealing with that guy with surgery, right? That doesn't mean there aren't other people that are sick that don't need a doctor's attendance. So, like, what happens to them?
Oh, Mara, that's more as to the organizational structure of a hospital. There's departments. Yeah, so there's general outpatients department.
Sure.
Where if you go on a flu, you're not going to be seen by the one who does surgery. It's a different department. So in your example of you get shot, and the operation gets very long. In 7, we work do 5. Now it's 7, I have to knock off. Because we had overtime, you could say, let me continue, I get paid overtime anyway.
So what happens then? What happens in that case? Let's say somebody comes, you are just an hour away from knocking off.
Yes.
And then now you have to work maybe 5 hours of surgery on someone.
That's what I'm explaining now.
Yeah.
That's what I'm explaining
Sure.
now. So me now, this is reality. It's happening to me. Where I'm working currently,
Sure.
I don't have overtime, but there's other doctors who do. So on this particular day, it wasn't a major operation, it was a minor operation. And then I had finished it, but I noticed that there's something I need to redo. But I noticed, no, man, it's over the time lane for like in Chinese.
Sure.
So I told the other doctors, please take over. I am a shift worker. I am no longer paid to be
damn.
Here. And I was looked down upon, but I said to myself,
they said they looked down on you for saying that.
Yes. So I said, you get paid overtime and I don't.
So you continue.
For every hour I go beyond, it prevents other people who are unemployed from getting employed. Because now we're going to pretend like there is no shortage.
Well, there is a shortage.
No, there is a shortage. We must hire more.
Yeah.
Mr. Vex, you said.
But you see now, it inconveniences the public. Because
that's how it is.
If they don't pay us overtime, you now get robbed of the services you'd be getting.
Yeah.
Because what you're saying kind of relates to a certain story that I've seen is you come in, the doctor sees one person for maybe, let's say, maybe 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. And then there's a very long queue there. It gets to 4 o'clock. The doctor doesn't care if there are still people on the queue. Doctor will close his office. Some don't even bother to come and alert you like, I'm leaving. They just use the back door. Get inside the car, leave. You'll sit there until it's like 8 o'clock and you're like, I don't think we'll see the doctor here today. And then you leave.
Tell me, in that situation, it seems like the doctor is the bad person.
That's how it is made to be seen.
But if you, as a person,
sure.
There's more to your life than God didn't create us to be just labor.
Sure.
That's
how it is.
Your wife, you have your kids, you have a life to live.
Sure.
And when you know the government is deliberately trying to exploit you by taking away your overtime and thinking, no, because you feel bad for the people you work overtime anyway. And instead, when that happens, more people get unemployed. 1, 2, 6. So me, I'm one of those doctors you're describing, Les. When it's 4, you leave. There's people there. But this is not my private practice.
Sure.
It's not my father's hospital.
Sure.
The government must hire people to come and see people.
Guys,
because people are unemployed and patients need to be seen. What are they doing with this money?
Can I ask something?
And it kind of is from you guys. I mean, it kind of is from you guys to say, if you continue doing that, working for free, then the government won't hire more doctors. Exactly. They will think, okay, the situation is controllable.
3 years, man. I still had to pay.
I want us to go back to that one. I want us to go back to that because you were saying there was some outrage that was on the. Because I still remember the tweet. You went under some tweet. Somebody was saying you were one of the youngest doctors in SA, and then you went under the tweet. I don't know whether you quoted it or you replied. You said, and unfortunately, I'm now unemployed. And people were now coming out saying, how is it possible that. Like what you were saying, how is it possible that you can have a doctor being unemployed?
What I wanted to ask is that what happened to those to those doctors that came from Puerto Rico or those guys during the time of COVID.
Look, bro, before we go to Puerto Rico, let's go to his situation. We go to Puerto Rico.
They are maybe the major, because if they're still here, they are the reasons why black South Africans are not being hired.
But before we go to Puerto Rico, let's go to his situation so that afterwards he can explain the Cuba thing and Puerto Rico thing.
So let me explain briefly.
What happened there?
So the way the training for medical doctors in South Africa works, you go to medical school, it's 6 years minimum. It's 5 years at the University of Free State. Apply there. And then when you're done, you do 2 years mandatory internship and 1 year of community service. So the total training is 9 years.
Okay.
Yeah? After that 9 years, you are a complete qualified doctor. You can do anything.
Okay.
Usually the government will now hire you as a grade 1 medical officer.
Okay.
As of about 2020 or around that time, there started being a situation where doctors were not being hired. It was unheard of before.
Wait, can I ask, what do you mean when once you graduate, do you have to apply to the government for it to hire you? Or
No, so
they already know.
By the way, I didn't mention graduation. I said once you finish, because graduation happens after you finish. Once you finish,
after that 9 years.
The first of
Is it
January,
after the 9 years?
No, after the 6 years.
Okay.
So you finish varsity. The internship and community service, you do them at the hospital. It is part of training still. The government has to do that.
Okay.
They don't have a choice.
Okay.
It's part of your training. You're only full-fledged, fully trained after 9 years.
Oh, so it's 6 plus 2.
6 plus 2 plus 1.
Plus 1. Okay, cool. 9 years.
Yes.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay, then after year number 9, what happens?
Then you are a fully fledged doctor.
You start your practice.
You can start your practice, you can go specialize, you can do anything. Yes, but these 9 years are mandatory. So it was unheard of that after these 9 years you wouldn't hire that doctor because there's a demand.
You also gave them training. Why wouldn't you hire them?
You understand? That training comes from taxpayers like me and you. Want to see? We saw that, okay, there's a problem. Maybe after 8 months or so they'd be hired. It's fine. But it started accumulating. Now 2021, there's more unemployed doctors. As of December 2024, 3,000 of us became unemployed.
Yeah, I remember seeing the news. And I think it happened after the protest.
We didn't lose our jobs. So these training programs I was explaining, the 2 years of internship and the 1 year of community service, they are contracts. When the contract ends, it's done. You're not fired. The contract is just done. So now you're supposed to get a new contract. But now they were not even releasing them. So it begs a big question to say, we know our country has a problem of mismanagement of funds. But now when it affects the lives of people, because there's curable medical conditions now. That if a doctor is there to intervene, you leave. If the doctor is not there, you die.
It's simple.
The difference between that living and death is the government hiring them. And we're not going to come and volunteer.
Of course.
That's the
Look,
thing.
in a perfect world, everyone would do services for the benefit of people for free. Everyone wants to eat. You expect someone to
just give free food. To give
this
free food. You go to ShopRite and you start
Our
picking, and then you take things and go out.
But I'll go fight criminal. It does not happen.
It shouldn't. It can't be like that.
But they put that expectation on us. And it's understandable because life is such a delicate and special thing. But it's delicate and special to us, not to the government.
No.
You understand? So it was tough for me to see it happening to myself. I'm unemployed. I have the skill. I am needed.
Wow.
But I'm unemployed. I'm struggling to pay rent. I'm struggling to pay for my car.
So
at that point, you have to go and do private work for people in private practices. You step in for them for the day, they pay you, you make ends meet here. But it's not an ideal situation.
So during that 3 months when you lost your job, like, what were you getting up to? Like, what was your life? Because like all you knew was after school. All you knew was that. All of a sudden, this just stops.
Hey, shout out my ex. I learned how to cook during unemployment.
For real?
I learned how to cook. I went through life not knowing how to cook,
So during the 3 months, you had to learn to cook?
I had time. For the first time in a long time, I had time on my hands. At least it gave me time for skills development. I started like working out again.
For real,
And it gave me time to sit and be one with my thoughts. I was even writing. I used to write poetry when I was younger.
So you went back to it?
let me not say it was bad economically, but for the soul, I got time to reconnect with myself. All that stress from work, it was, I don't want to lie, it gave me clarity.
It was more like a 3 months leave.
It was more like unpaid leave.
Yeah.
You see?
Okay.
Yeah.
So
but to make ends meet, of course, I was asking if there's locum work. We had groups where we shared locum work on this. Yeah, we were able to stay alive.
Okay. Yeah. So like, what did you do to finally get the job? Like,
so you apply, you apply.
You just kept
sending applications, you send applications, and they called us for interviews. The interview that I got my job at, Kansas going.
Yeah.
There were more than 300 applicants.
For real, from doctors.
Yeah.
Hey, my
More than
daughter.
300 applicants.
Hey, my daughter.
Who came for the interviews.
Hey, man.
So imagine how many people applied. They shortlisted them, and then these are the people who came for the interviews.
300. More than 300. Damn, that was a lot.
They're competing for the same post.
Yeah.
So luckily, I guess I did well in the interview and I got the post.
Yeah.
I'm grateful for that.
Yeah.
And I remember, I think before they started retrenching, I think by then it was still Aaron Mutualedi, if I'm not mistaken. He came out and said there is no money to pay doctors.
They must leave
Yes, and then Gondogwan as well came out and said, where are we going to get money to pay doctors?
Hey, speaking of which, we had a strike. Yo.
Yeah.
You see, when you
first time I'm hearing doctors striking. Like, what the hell, my boy? What's going on
here?
here?
Actually, when you're employed as
like,
a doctor, you are actually legally prohibited from striking.
You can't.
Okay.
Just like soldiers, you can't see soldiers striking. Even the police, you've never seen the police striking.
So to me, it seemed like an unfair violation of human rights. Because when you are being oppressed by the government, as an employee of the government, and when you follow the proper channels of collective bargaining using trade unions, they don't listen to you.
Sure.
Your only avenue is striking, and if you're not allowed to do that, it means you must stay oppressed. It doesn't make sense to me. Luckily, we were unemployed at the time, so I started becoming very active in the union. We have a union, Samatu, and we striked. So there were 3 strikes.
So wait, as soon as you get unemployed,
now
you're out of the
now
course.
now
you're
strike.
Now you're active. Now you can be
Okay.
sure.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
there was a strike in Nelspruit around January.
Sure.
I got there late,
Yeah.
because I was leaving from Polokwane.
Oh shit, that's
The
far.
strike went to the government complex, the provincial complex there, to deliver a memorandum to say, please hire our people.
Sure.
Shout out to Samatu Mpumalanga. Those people know their job.
For
Shout
real.
out Dr. Nhlala Valerio.
Sure.
Great man.
They spearheaded the
They
protest.
spearheaded it, and it didn't work out for me. It's so sad. I'm
real?
from Mpumalanga. You know where we are right now. We're shooting live from Tulamaashi, Mpumalanga, Bushbuck Ridge, where I grew up. My home.
Deep
I've
in
never
Bushbuck
lived anywhere
Ridge, man.
else.
Deep in Bushbuck Ridge.
Fully from Mpumalanga.
Sure.
I did not get hired on those posts. So in the memorandum they submitted, they said, we want you to prioritize people from Mpumalanga, which is beautiful.
Yeah.
You understand?
Every
And
province
they did
is
hire
supposed.
people.
Every province really is supposed to be
Prioritize
like
the own
that.
people. This is for the benefit of the community.
Sure.
Unfortunately, I'm not one of the lucky people who got the post. I ended up getting a post in Limpopo. I'm grateful. I'm a product of the Investor of Limpopo, but home is in Mpumalanga. I would have loved to be here.
We do take care of people
Shout
from
out the
outside.
Premier.
in
Can you
Limpopo,
please give me a
bro.
post?
Classes from around here.
Yeah,
You should
please,
come back
man.
home and
Please,
like, yo, man, come back home,
You
bro.
know, Bushbuck Ridge, Bushbuck Ridge TV.
You
You're
know,
one of us.
Speaking of human rights, and there's this situation mostly, I think it's in Limpopo, where you have people crossing the border to access medical health care in SA. What's your view on that? What's happening from someone who is at the hospital?
Did you see that?
And some people get turned away. I've seen some people get turned
The now
away.
Premier of Limpopo, shout out Dr. Popi Ramatuwa. You took me to school.
Sure.
She had a video that went viral, Dr. Pope. She was still the MEC of Health.
I remember that.
When she was telling the same lady to go back to what was the name? I forgot the name of the guy she said.
Sure.
Yeah.
Mnangagwa. She said
Mnangagwa. Yeah, go back to Mnangagwa there. Yes.
What was that about?
She was saying to the Zimbabwean lady, yo, go back to the country where you're from.
Sure.
So that the president can pay your bills. Because now I have to pay these bills.
Oh. Okay.
And it sparked a conversation even amongst us healthcare practitioners
Sure.
to say, we took what we call the Hippocratic Oath. So according to this oath, we vow to do good to everyone.
You can't reject
You
someone
can't,
just because they are here illegally.
One to six. But
to save life.
But we get paid by tax.
Sure.
Taxpayers.
When you buy something, there's 15% VAT. That money gets shuffled to us on this is So now when you come and we say, because we do turn back patients to say there's no beds, there's really no beds. When there's no beds, we can't help
And
you.
sometimes
Or
you
we're
even
not
do
going
that
be
to
giving
the
you
ones
quality
that
care,
are.
and then you're going to sue the hospital. This is for millions. So we can't assist you. So you find that you have been paying tax your whole life here in South Africa. You need help we can't assist you. But someone who just crossed the border is there. They've never paid tax at all. How is that fair? It's not a simple thing to get your head around. It's a thing we need to sit down and talk about. You understand? So the solution is, if it's an emergency, we must help you. But if you have flu, you can survive to the next day. Go back to your country.
And
Let them
seek,
help
and
you.
seek medical help
is the
there.
health that bad in Zimbabwe or Mozambique? Is it
It's terrible. From the pictures, bro, I can tell. I don't know.
Yeah,
I've never been there.
myself.
I saw
can't speak on
pictures.
it.
It's terrible, bro. Women who are there on labor, sleeping on the floor.
ah?
No bed, nothing.
Sure.
But you see that it's deep based on
Yeah,
what I
that's
told you.
deep,
It's very
yeah.
deep, and it's not.
And right now I'm looking at it because there's no beds because maybe there are no taxpayers. So like now right now I'm just looking at the country itself. Like, okay, why is the health system so bad that people just have to run from your country to get help?
I think
like even for medicine, for flu.
You know, we can't speak on it because we're not there.
Yeah,
I
we
can't
don't- we
speak
don't
on it.
have
We're
it,
not
we
there.
don't know, yeah.
Sure.
But I can speak for here. You know, to say, Velo, we do have a lot of foreign nationals. I mean, Limpopo.
Yeah,
There's a
Limpopo is
lot
worse.
of
bro.
foreign
Limpopo is
nationals.
worse.
And I'm not against people from other countries.
That's the
I really
thing.
think the border's an arbitrary concept.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
We've seen it. Namibia used to be Southwestern Africa.
Sure.
region,
Lesotho is
the border,
inside
we're
of
the
us.
same people.
Yeah.
You know,
Sure.
but facts remain facts that when you've been working hard, Magnika pay slip, you see, yo, almost half of my salary is going here. Where is it going? Because there's still potholes on the road. Where is it going? Because my friend is unemployed. Where is it going? On to sis. And then you find, okay, that money that should be helping my neighbor when they go to the hospital is not helping them because there's a foreign national. It
Who's
feels
taking
somehow.
up, who's
guys,
taking up the
guys,
it
space
feels
for that
Guys,
one?
but guys, tell me, bro. I feel like the government allows this because even in the government, there are foreign nationals that are.
You know, you getting to that? That's a deep one, bro.
Yeah.
We've been
I
seeing
don't
the
think it's that
portfolio.
deep.
We've been seeing the portfolio committees. I mean, from the portfolio committees that I've been watching.
Yeah.
When
true,
you check
it's
the
true.
institutions, they're like, hey.
You'll find
Exactly.
universities
Hey.
where most of the professors or head of departments are foreign nationals.
foreign
But look at
nationals.
it this way, ne? We must not forget our past and our history.
Sure.
We come from a systemic oppression history
Sure.
where black people were excluded.
Sure.
We didn't have this expertise. Whereas other countries, they didn't go through that. We had to import that expertise. And every country, though, even in the US, positions of power are not going to be held by white people. Want to say they import expertise. So the whole world over, you find that where there's a need for expertise, they're not only going to.
You
look
need
at
to
you.
go around
They'll
getting them
They'll get
from-
it wherever they'll get
No,
it
but,
from.
but I'm just looking at it like, okay, bro, like let's just say because we the first black people to start was the ANC in 1994.
Sure.
They could have took students to go to those countries
They
to
did.
learn.
They did.
And then they did.
They did.
And then they come back. Now
They did.